Oh, it's still hot outside, folks. But you know where it's not hot? In this house with a brand new air conditioning system. Yeah, it's all in. And as a couple of people actually in the comments said, now the cold winds of Montpelier are blowing through our bank account. There's just rustling autumn leaves across the floor. Yeah, no, so that's all done. And it's hot still outside. But next week, we're going to cool off a little bit. It'll only be 90 degrees for a high. That's cool for us here in Texas. Hi, everybody. Are you cool? You know who was cool? Frank Sinatra. That's who was cool. And that's why I stole his name and John Lennon's name. But you know what we're going to shave with today? Well, first of all, you know how I always talk about all the stuff that I have? I brought that giant, I brought the giant container of shaving creams, and pretty much this is just shaving creams in here, not aftershaves. So I want to show you this. This is what I have to grab and pull out of my closet every time I make one of these videos. Hold on. Oh, I can't tilt it too much, but this is what we're up against, folks. This is what, yeah. See anything in there you like? Come and get it. Come and get it, everybody. So let me put this down. Oh my gosh. Whew, that's heavy. So as I was looking through there, I came across this soap, 5 o'clock shadow from Skull Buster Soaps. This was, if I am not mistaken, one of the very first things that anyone ever sent me. Sorry for all the little dust bunnies floating around. I got to block the sun with... How do I block the sun from the camera up there? I always do this. I normally do this beforehand. I'll like lean one of my brushes out of the medicine cabinet to block the sun. There we go. That's how the sausage is made, folks. Anyway, so the fine folks at Skullbuster, so when they're still out there, still making stuff, they have an Etsy store. They sent this to me a long time ago. Made in the US of A in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. I love the fact they use township instead of, town or county, or I guess it's more town. But anyway, I'm going to use some of this stuff. Now, it's got a very mild scent. I don't remember a thing about it because it's been years since I used this stuff. So let's lather up with that. Let's use, what brush was I going to get? Oh, I think I just used the brush to block out the sun. Let's just get, oh, God, dang it. Let's see. All right. Let's use Jolly Rancher. We'll put him down there. I took a shower, did my hair. My hair is just out. Look at that. It's like a couple of sharks in a cresting wave. Okay, this is officially weird. All right, let me put some hot water on my face. What were we talking about? Oh, yes. Frank Sinatra is cool. He was cool. He still is cool. And I have had this, I did a video with this a long time ago. His favorite aftershave was Yardley's English Lavender. And I found a box of it on eBay. This is a 50s box. And I used this in a couple of years ago in a video. And so I'm going to use this. It just sits in my cabinet as like a little conversation piece. Who am I having conversations with in here? Me? You! That's who. And I'm going to use a little bit of this. So here's what the bottle looks like. And there's still some in there from the 50s. And to be honest, it's not my favorite scent. Sorry, Frank. I don't share your love of Yardley's English Lavender. But there it is. And to prove that this is it, see the little cool shape and the little shape? Check out this picture. This is how I confirmed that it was his favorite. Look at this picture that I found online. Oh, God, can you see it? Can you see right? Oh, you see the cremo. See right there? There he is, enjoying a lovely donut backstage somewhere. You're getting a sneak peek into the inside of my medicine cabinet. But there it is. There's the English Lavender. Little bottle, same as mine. And yeah, next week I'll be eating the donuts, his favorite donuts, which were Shipley donuts. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. You probably didn't have his favorite donuts. He was so skinny for so long. He didn't eat a thing. All right. Let's begin shaving, shall we? I do have memories. There's the label just to show you. This stuff was made in the 1950s. So, oh, and what we're going to shave with, razor-wise, a 1958 gold executive edition Fat Boy, because we're doing a classy Sinatra shave today, I guess. That's the cobbled together idea today. So anyway, let's lather up. and we'll talk about a little bit about Frank Sinatra. And then I got a few shout outs. I got 5 shout outs today. No, 4 shout outs. One is I'm waiting on the shaving soap to arrive. All right, so let's lather up here with the Skullbuster 5 o'clock shadow. It just smells like a pleasant soapy. I don't know if it's probably lost because it's several years old. It's probably lost some of its essential scent, because oils will do that over time. They will degrade, and they will, I have several shaving soaps that just kind of smell like soap now. But so depending on whatever they use, but this one just smells, this mostly smells soapy. So I don't know if it's a good representation of 5 o'clock shadow, but it does lather beautifully. I love a good, easy lathering shaving soap, and this is it. One, you don't have to work too hard, because that's my main aim in life. Not to be bored, and not to work too hard. I mean, you shouldn't do anything too much, right? I don't know. Anyway, so when I was growing up, back to Frank Sinatra, this stuff's good. I wish I could remember what it smelled like. Oh, these many years ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. You can go back and find the review, I'm sure. It might have been, 8, 9 years ago. I don't know. All right, let's wash that out, let it dry. Okay. I'm trying not to get water all over this cool vintage box. So when I was growing up, we would watch those Warner Brothers cartoons. Got a feather blade in here, by the way. Setting 6. And we would watch those Warner Brothers cartoons, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny and his friends. And every now and then, in fact, quite a lot, they would have an episode that didn't have Bugs Bunny in it or Daffy Duck. Sometimes it would, but a lot of times it wouldn't. It would be like a nightclub scene. It was like all these jokes and scenes being played out in some nightclub, like the Copacabana in New York City, And they would always bring out this skinny, waifish, like so weak that he's being carried by giant orderlies, and he's like thin as a rail, or he's being pushed in a wheelchair, and he's singing, "It Had to Be You." And all the girls are going, "Frankie!" But the whole gag was he was so emaciated, he couldn't walk, So that was my first introduction to Frank Sinatra, people going, "Frankie!" And this freakish, like scarecrow thin little guy in a wheelchair. I was like, what the heck is that? Of course, we got introduced to other luminaries from Hollywood's golden era, the 40s, 50s, 30s even, like Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall and Peter Lorre. They loved to use Peter Lorre. Yes, master. That guy. And James Cagney, but mostly it was Bogart and that group, I feel like, because he's probably so easy to draw. I don't think I've ever tried to draw Humphrey Bogart. Anyway, and then they throw Sinatra in there because he was, super popular in the 40s. And then he hit the doldrums until I think it was 53 when he won the Oscar for From Here to Eternity. And that's what propelled him then, and his career would last the rest of his life, and he would, attain the legendary status that he has today. If he hadn't done that, he might have just kind of winked out after the 40s, after his crooning popularity waned during that time and was replaced by other people. If he hadn't I think he fought for that job too, From Here to Eternity. I think his name was Maggio, that was his character. I've never seen it, I should see it. But anyway, that's what did it. And now here we are, you're watching a guy who's using his last name as my first name, at least for a screen name, and using his aftershave. So Frank, congratulations on that Oscar, and thanks for giving me a cool name to use. All right, let's do a shout out. We got Kyrie P. So, shout out to you, Kyrie. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. It could be that Kyrie. Could be Kyrie. That song Kyrie eleison? Down the road that I must travel. How many of us knew what the heck they were talking about in that song? Not me. I still kind of don't know. I mean, I know what Kyrie eleison is, something having to do with... tell me in the comments, won't you? I can't be bothered to look it up while I'm shaving with my fancy Skullbuster soap. Yeah, check out Skullbusters on Etsy. They have a lot of good reviews, and they were very, very kind enough to send this to me in my burgeoning early days. So that was kind of like my From Here to Eternity moment, really, if you think about it. it was the first time somebody contacted me and said, hey, can we send you some shaving soap? I was like, what? Really? Yeah. And here it is. I still have it. Egg Harbor Township. I love that name. I just picture, I don't know what it really looks like, and I've been to some beautiful, beautiful portions of New Jersey, and I've seen the industrial portions, which, you know, is the old joke. But believe me, the entirety of New Jersey is not like The Sopranos. It is called the Garden State for a reason. It is gorgeous. So go to those parts if you want to see those parts, and you will learn. So I've never been there, but I just imagine it being a cute little quaint, you know, town. Egg Harbor Township. And I assume it's on the harbor, right? Right? You know how I'm worse at geography than I am at mathematics. So give me a break, folks. You like how the sun is warming the oh, look at that. That's ridiculous. The shark hair, the shark fins. Shark fin soup, baby. So yes, a very classy Frank Sinatra shave. If you do a Google search for Sinatra shaving, you will see other images of him actually shaving. And in the one that I see, it looks like it's about 65 or 66. He's got a towel on his head covering up his bald spot, but unfortunately he didn't do it all the way in the back so that you can see his bald spot through the towel. But he's using what looks to be a 66 or 65. I don't know if they did in 65, but one of these, the adjustable, the slim adjustable. So check that out. And on he's got some other products that aren't Yardley's English Latiner. He changed, I think, after the 40s and 50s, he changed his favorite aftershave to it's like Puig, P-U-I-G, something like that. I can't remember right now. I thought about getting some of that, but it's like hard to find. And if I get, you know, some of that stuff, I'm going to get vintage stuff. It's kind of like I have Elvis's favorite cologne, Brut. And this is from, I think this is from 69, this box. So there's a little bottle of travel size Brut in there. So if I'm going to get my favorite, you know, artist or celebrity or historic figures product that they like, I want to get it from the actual time they were alive and using it, you know, to see if I can. So it's that Lavanda, it's like Lavanda de Puig, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, if I can find some of that, I will. I know it's out there still, but you know, they change things and scents change, and even something that, you know, probably Chanel number 5 today doesn't smell exactly like it did when Marilyn Monroe wore it. All right. Did you ever hear that story? Sometimes that's all she would wear. Family. This is a family show. Come on. Come on, guys. All right. Hey, you know what? There is some scent to this. Now that I've got it on there, it's not just soap. It's like a pleasant, it's not patchouli, but it's in that sort of nose feel. Is that a thing? It's probably not. Mouth feel is a thing, right? Like the texture and consistency of a food. But I've never heard the term nose feel, so this has a similar nose feel to patchouli. I think kind of an earthy, you know, slightly masculine scent, you know, not flowery or perfumey, just solid. And this stuff is so slick. Skullbusters. Yeah, I think they sent me a couple of them. I need to dig through there. Well, it's right here. Thank you, man. I'm not going to do it now, but it's on the ground. It's down there somewhere. I'm sure of it. All right, we got another shout out. We got Matt Molnar. Shout out to you, Matt. Thanks for watching. Matt Molnar. I always like to do 2 takes. That's what you got to do in voiceover. Sometimes they want to give you an A, B, and C. It's like, okay, read that line again. Give us 3 different ways. Give us an A, B, and C. So we got Matt Molnar. Shout out to you. And then shout out to you, Matt Molnar. And then shout out to you, Matt. Just dropped the last one because that was the one I wasn't quite sure of. Well, I got a couple of nicks down here on my neck. A little neck nick. You know how it goes. Nothing too bad. So I'm going to go real light because I've been kind of enjoying my talk with you that I've just forgotten what the heck I'm doing. But kind of like, you know, having these vintage products that are of their time, you know, like whatever this liquid was made somewhere in the 1950s, somewhere in America, I guess, or was it? No, I think it was imported from England. Yeah. Makers and distributors. Oh yeah, I guess London. So the swinging 50s in London, more like the stodgy gray old 50s in London. Am I right? I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's what I heard before the Beatles came out. And after World War II, England was still recovering from the Blitz. And everything was a little stodgy and, resolved. Resolved? Is that what I'm trying to say? What am I trying to say? Anyway, let me know in the comments. And then the swinging 60s arrived and they knocked them out of their doldrums. Anyway, I just like using products that existed in a time before I existed. I don't know why. Like this, 1958. I mean, look at that. Shimmer and sparkle. They made these things to last, obviously. I don't know, these days it seems like everything's made to be both obsolete, unrepairable, temporary, cheap. Like, they don't want you to work on your engine in your car, so they cover it up with those silly plastic covers. I hate that. Our car died the other day, and I had to get the battery out on the side of the road, and I had to, yank off all this plastic that was covering everything. It's like, what the heck? Cut it out, guys. Car manufacturers, cut it out. Cut it out, car manufacturers. Thank you. Give us some more of our own facility to make repairs if we want to. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we got another shout out? Yes, we do. Oh, this was a good one. Speaking of the UK, we got Tommy from Newcastle upon Tyne. So happy birthday. Why did I say happy birthday? It's not your birthday, Tommy. Okay, Tommy, record this, play it back for your birthday, okay? Happy birthday to Tommy from Newcastle upon Tyne. God, that just made me cringe. No, shout out to you, Tommy. And I love those English place names. Newcastle upon Tyne. I live in, Henley upon Thump. Those kind of things. Henley on Thames was what I was going for. That was where George Harrison lived. Henley upon Thames, Newcastle upon Tyne. I live in Austin upon the Guadalupe River. It's actually the Colorado River. Okay, folks. Ooh, feeling good. Looking good, Mortimer. All right, let's get the problem areas. Finish out the, we got how many more? We got one more shout out? One more shout out. Still waiting on 2 products. Waiting on 2 different razors. One's a Shavette. And the other is a magnet-based razor. You guys know I love my magnets. I love my razors with magnets. Da-da-da-da. But this is a whole different sort of magnet razor system. Okay, let me get the things and the thing and do the thing, and we'll be done. We'll put the English lavender on, and we'll take a little trip back, and maybe the ghost of Frank Sinatra. You'll hear him crooning softly in the background, won't you? Okay. Underneath the nose, make sure it's all good. Oh yes, success. Now, the only thing about this one is I don't use it very often because it's so nice and it looks like it was never used. So I do scrub this down every time. Gently, mind you, gently. People like to tell me to clean my razors. I ain't going to clean my razors just because you told me to. You know how I am. Especially not the daily driver razors. I'm not going to clean those every time. As I referenced and somebody else remembered, the anal retentive chef character that Phil Hartman played on SNL back in the 90s. The anal retentive chef. Check him out on YouTube if you've never seen that. Phil Hartman, anal retentive chef. Now that's some refuse you can be proud of. I'm beating the dickens out of this little brush here, just like my old pal Bob Ross. And then we're going to dry off. Yeah. Dry off the sink around the sink. Dry off the sink around the sink. You know what I mean. Don't get pedantic. Okay, let's get the old, I want to show you the box again, just because. Yardley's English Lavender. There's the side. There's the back. This thing is from the 50s, and let's go a little stain on the bottom. This thing's so cool. Try Yardley Invisible Talc. Buy it at your local chemist, Newcastle upon Tyne. All right, that's my caricature British accent. I'm not trying to sound like a real person. Okay. Oh, you know what's cool about this? Because it's from the 50s. It doesn't have a rubber stopper inside. It's got cork. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got an old cork stopper. I think it's cork, yeah. Looks like it. Oops. Got a little bit of, there we go. Ooh. That should go on the top, but it's not going to, so I'll leave that out. Here we go. Yardley's English Lavender. I'm just going to put a teeny amount, because like I said, it's not my favorite, but it is alcohol-based. It still burns. It's still got life in it. This stuff is, I don't know, 70 years old, and it can still get you. It can still get you. It is pleasant. And I could see if you were dressed like Sinatra is dressed in that photo where he looks so at ease with himself. You know, he's just like smiling and eating a donut. I could see that him smelling like that would be a pleasant. You just walk past someone and you catch a hint. That's how cologne should be. Just catch a hint. Don't be overwhelmed, as my older son is saying that in the gym class after they're done, it just reeks of deodorant and Axe body spray. Anyway, so yeah, Yardley's English Lavender, Frank Sinatra's favorite for a while before he changed over. And once I get some of that, I'll try that out. Put that there for now. And we have one final, very special shout out. This is a birthday shout out. That's Tommy when I messed up. It's because, anyway, Katie, happy birthday to you. Your birthday is this week. It's around this time. Katie, your husband Daniel asked me to shout you out. So Daniel and Katie, go take her out to a really nice restaurant. Take her out to P.F. Chang's and take her out to Red Lobster. Why don't you? Yeah. Order extra cheddar biscuits for me, won't you? All right. So happy birthday, Katie. Shout out again to Kyrie, Matt, Katie, and Tommy. And to you, Frank Sinatra, wherever you are. And to me. So, no, not shout out to me. Normally when I walk off screen, I just walk off screen, but this big old thing is in the way. So hold on. Before I can walk off screen, I got to move this out of the way. Oh. Uh-oh. No, I've done it. No, don't worry. I'm fine. Okay, everybody, is that it? Yes. Check out Skullbuster Soaps. There'll be a link below for their Etsy store. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a great one, folks. It's Halloween time coming up. Can't wait. I got a couple of Halloween things to show you, a couple of costume things, and yeah. Anyway, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all very soon.